Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about hot, messy topics. And holy cow, like when I think about it, about what went on over the weekend, the text messages with Denise Richards, the Jax Taylor bar situation of it all, the getting fired, the Kenya Moore revealing that she's not coming back, Shannon Bedore and her issues with Bravo. It's like one thing after another. So we're going to be covering all of it. The Brock Davies affair, like what is being said right now, people are flipping their shit, which I knew was going to happen. By the way, I knew it was going to happen. Now, anyways, before we jump into this, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the live chat. Let us know where you're watching from. If you're watching this as a part of a replay, then let us know in the comments where you're watching from. And let's welcome the husband. Yeah. Jason. Hello.
Husband. Guys, it looks like I'm in a fucking jungle right now. And I promise you, we are building out this studio right now. And it's just, I don't know even know what to do, like temporarily. I just feel like I'm in a fucking jungle. So I apologize if it looks like I'm in the forest today.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't look like that much of a jungle.
It does. It's a little leafy. You know what I mean? We have a whole like back wall coming, and it's going to be just so freaking amazing. But happy Monday, guys! I'm excited to be here. We've had quite the week, or the past couple of weeks. We've been in Florida twice and New York, where we just filmed for Hello Prenup. If you guys missed that interview that we did with the CEO of Hello Prenup, Julia Rogers, check it out. It's in the pinned comments on the live chat. And we talked about everything like divorces, Bravo, prenups, and what could have been done to save, some of these marriages and disparagements and all kinds of fun things. It was so good. It was so good. So good.
It was definitely a lot of fun. And of course, we're going to have to do it again. But I think that we have some fun stuff coming up. But in the meantime, Jason, I think that we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, so I wanted to start here with the Brock Davies and Sheena of it all. Now, what's interesting to me about this is that everybody right now is talking about what Sheena put in her book regarding this affair, right? Well, he ended up, for anybody who has an issue with like the affair and blah, 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 then you guys can all really just go F yourselves. I don't care.
Who said that?
Pretty much Brock.
Okay.
He said at the end of the day, like this happened while Sheena was pregnant, and I didn't think that I could be a good dad because my kids are in Australia and Sheena helped me pay off my child support. So I ended up having a physical affair. It wasn't an emotional affair. And I ended up hooking up with this woman at a gym that I had, F45 in San Diego. And it only happened like a few times. And then after that, he's like, I compartmentalized and I put it away for like a couple of months. I didn't even think about it. And so now people are like, wait, what? You didn't think about it? What are you talking about?
Dude, it's so easy just to say, you know what? I don't care. Fuck off. It's just so easy to say that. But there are a lot of issues going on right now. I mean, first of all, your wife just kind of threw you out to the wolves by putting it in her book. And it's going to be something that people are talking about right and left. Also, people are really, really mad about the hypocrisy of how they felt about Scandival, not knowing that this was happening anyways. It's weird. Some people call cheating a mistake. I just read this earlier, actually, in your comments. But it is a choice. It's a choice. And he made that choice. And I'm pretty sure he's made that choice before. It's insane.
Well, what one of the funny things is people were asking Alex Baskin, the executive producer, like, do you think now does this give her an end to the show? Like, does it give her a built-in storyline? And Alex said, to be honest with you, no, because this was so far overdue. This should have been a part of the show when it was Vanderpump Rules. Like, we are not interested.
Should it have, though? I don't think, that's very easy. That's something I think he's trying to just like push everything to the side, because I actually believe that this, whether you like it or not, because I don't want to see Sheena on the Valley any more than anyone else does, but like it or not, this is something that I would actually maybe dive into a little bit if they're going to talk about it on the show, because I think cameras are going to pick up soon, and She might get her wish to be on the Valley. I mean, with Jax, departing the show, it does leave room for some other stuff. She's so intertwined with the rest of them. Like Janet is a really good friend of Sheena's. You guys have seen that on Vanderpump Rules. And Jasmine and stuff. It is kind of like a fit right now. Unfortunately, you know what
it's
I mean?
a fit.
Look,
No, it's
everything in it is driving her to the show. So.
Well, Brock released a statement saying, "Dear Sheena, as you share your story with the world in your new book, I wanted to share this. I am so incredibly proud of you for telling the truth with such courage. I've kept my own words private until now because this moment deserved to be yours, and I will always support you in telling your story. Now I want to publicly own my part in it. I've spent a long time sitting with the weight of what I did early in our relationship. I hurt you. I fully accept that I broke something that should have been sacred between us. You gave me trust, love, and stability. I gave you pain. I carry that with me every day. When I told you the truth, I knew that there would be consequences, both personal and public, but none of that compares to what I did to you and our young family. And I crossed a line that should never have been crossed. I betrayed the woman who believed in me. And in doing so, I damaged something real between us. And that's what's going to hurt the most." So he goes on with this whole apology tour, but then this.
So we do have to talk about the hypocrisy. You were very vocal on the last season of Vanderpump Rules about transparency and people owning their stories while hiding this. Myself as well, I'm not just saying you, this was both of us. But as a question for you, how do you reconcile that man on screen then with the man sitting here right now?
I mean, I don't think there's really much justification. It was exactly what it was. It was hypocritical of us. The hypocrisy was real. And that's just
Can I just say really quick, even saying, and I love Brock, you guys, I love Brock, but even saying that was hypocritical of us, it's like, no, bro, you put us in this fucking situation where now we have to explain.
No, wait, who are you talking about? That Brock put them in that situation?
Yes.
Okay, he did maybe, but they've already probably worked this out in this relationship because this is while she was pregnant, right? It's her who's putting it back into the book. It's her who's putting this back on
he told
into
her,
the public. It's her throwing him under the bus, just like she threw Lisa under the bus to get some sales on a book. Really, like now he has to re-explain this. Now he has to, and I'm not standing up for Brock or anything that he did, but now he has to like come forward and take accountability publicly on something they've already worked out. It just seems like a whole ploy to get on the Valley, to sell some books, and to have some attention. Honestly, it's kind of like if you and I had this similar situation and it was years in the past and we had dealt with it in private on our own, and you wrote a book and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to throw you under the bus. Girl, bye. It wouldn't even be around for that. It's crazy. Now, however, I want to see the repercussions of the audience of Brock and Sheena and their decision. I want to see the repercussions maybe happen on the Valley. I'm sorry. I think it would be actually fun to watch because now you just gave cast ammunition. Now you're already intertwined with the cast. I don't know. I just think now is the time. I think she might get her wish. I think this book will keep her relevant enough to maybe do a season of the Valley.
Well, and my next question for you is, obviously we know that Jax Taylor announced that he would be exiting the Valley ahead of season 3. And he was saying that it was his choice. But then we saw Zach and Brittany Cartwright on the show on Watch What Happens Live. And they were like, well, whoever made the decision. So we can clearly tell it was not your decision to walk away from a $500,000 paycheck, obviously. But now going back to it, it seems like it's one thing after another, because not only did he lose out on that paycheck, but now, and obviously somebody is letting him put out the press for it, but he said, I've made the decision to end my partnership with Jax's. It was not an easy decision, but it was the right one. Right now, my focus is on my sobriety and my mental health, and staying connected to my bar is no longer in line with the priorities that I've set for myself and the life that I'm working towards. That was another thing that clearly it was taken away from him. And somebody told him, listen, we're going to let you make the statement, but like, we can't work with you.
Yeah. Was it Rocco's? Didn't Rocco's partner with him for that bar, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
I'm sure they just pulled it. It's it's like Scandival with Tom Sandoval. Like, no one wants that bar. No one wants that reputation. So I totally get it. And also, like, if you do have a problem with alcohol, yes, owning a bar is probably not the best bet. I mean, we worked in that whole nightlife in West Hollywood with all of them, and it's just really hard to get out of. So yeah, that's good that he does not own a bar.
So I also wanted to add to this really quick too. I know. I wanted to add to this. Not only did he apparently lose the bar, but now you've lost your job on the Valley and your podcast tour got canceled. This is like one thing after another. So we're going into the reunion, the first part of the reunion, where they already gave us the first 7 minutes. And Andy Cohen asked Brittany Cartwright, he said, well, how are you feeling right now? And she said, well, I'm a little bit nervous. And he goes, good, you should be. And Andy didn't say that, but Jax said it. And Andy said, so what's going on with the divorce? Like, are you guys almost there? And she said, well, no, he doesn't know if he's going to have a job on the show anymore. So if he doesn't have a job, then he's going to go after me for alimony. And everybody was like, wait, what? And he said, I did say that. And I'm like, oi.
I mean, he
Jax is looking at her like, well, Jax is looking at her like, I gave you this platform. I gave you this TV show. I gave you these opportunities. If I'm going to be out of it, you're so fucking lucky that I'm even the one who pitched the Valley. You're welcome. And you're going to make sure that I'm also fed. Which is kind of...
But the thing is, you have to deal with your decisions. You have to deal with what you've said, Jax. Like, this is all your problem. You know, you might have given her that platform and she's utilized it to her own, you know, but if you're going to sit there and say the things you do, show abusive behavior on the show, go to some like weird rehab, talk to her the way you do, you don't belong on the show. It's just what it is, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know though, like, he shouldn't be going after her for alimony. If he's the one who's so good at everything, why doesn't he go pitch another show? Like Jax in rehab.
There you go. Now we're thinking. All right, guys.
Alex is going to be all over that. Come on.
We're going to move this over to Denise Richards because obviously a lot of people know that this is one of the biggest conversations, especially when it comes to Bravo divorces right now, because, well, the alimony request is astronomical. It's about $120,000 a month. And they both have two totally different stories. So she is claiming that he slammed her head against a towel rack, abused her, choked her, squeezed her head so hard between both of his arms, made sure that he threatened her with police, threatened her with weapons, threatened her family, threatened to unalive her. She went off on a tangent and listed all of these things. And he said, none of this is true. I didn't do any of this to her. I'm kind of like more annoyed that she's even claiming these things. And I don't know why she was granted a temporary restraining order. Well, then she posted a photo of her black eye, which Aaron Pfeiffer's friend came out and said, no, she was drunk and she fell into a counter. And that's why she has a black eye. Okay. Well, then Aaron Pfeiffer's was like, oh, so that's the game that we're playing. Okay. So she was on Special Forces with a guy named Rudy Reyes, and Aaron Pfeiffer's had no problem sharing a few little text messages and snapshots. Her saying sweet dreams, him saying pretty baby, so pretty, really D, meaning obviously Denise. Thank you, you're so sweet. How's the stuff going there? He said training and filming, posting photos of himself, clearly. Then also she said, I get it. Long flights and time zones. Get some rest. If you have time while you're in LA, let me know. He said, maybe you'll see me. She said, are you staying in Burbank? What afternoon or evening is best for you? I'm in West Hollywood Thursday. I wrap around 3:30. I can go to you after. He said, wonderful Thursday evening. I wrap 1800 Thursday. She said, oh, for fuck's sake. I have to do the math. Got it. T minus 12. That's good for me. What part of Burbank? And then boom, after that, she ended up posting another photo. And he was saying, I adore you. That's my favorite part, getting to know you. Here's the thing. I don't know if they had a cheating clause. This is why you guys should go watch the Hello Prenup interview that we did with Julia Rogers. I don't know if there was a cheating clause or not. I know that this guy wants a fuck ton of money right now. He is coming forward saying that she has an issue with mixing Vicodin with alcohol, that she has adopted over 58 animals, including dogs. She cares for none of the animals, cares for none of the family members, that she is reckless, that she picks up her kids while she's intoxicated, that she is abusive. On July 4th, he claimed that he went through her phone and she ended up snatching it out of his hands, and then she destroyed it. And then she also destroyed his phone because he said that he had the evidence and he sent it to himself. Then that's when the police report was made. He called the police. The police ended up making a report against her. They separated the two, and now she has a temporary
destroying the phones. Like, what is that going to do? Like,
well, because she obviously was trying to hide something, but really,
it's called iCloud, girl.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, it's iCloud.
All my text messages are on my computer too. You know, like, come on, we're 2025. You can't just destroy your flip phone. It's like, you know.
So thoughts.
Listen. Is Denise all innocent? Yes, in the abuse, of course, because the alleged abuse, excuse me. But you know, Denise has kind of jumped ship before. She's had an affair before a couple times, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But there is no way you can say you don't believe her at all. I mean, that hot mic situation from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, where he's like, you know, shut the fuck up, I'm going to squeeze your fucking hand, or whatever he said. You know, it was just so vile, and it was so aggressive, and it was so much what an abuser would say, that I really do believe Denise in this situation. Now, this is going to be a hell of a divorce. This is going to be something that is going to be going back and forth. I'm sure, you know, like, these text messages and stuff are going to be leaked. There's going to be more stuff coming out.
He's saying there's over 100 texts.
Wow. Well, it doesn't mean you hit anyone. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and I also think too, unless you can prove, like, even if she's flirting with him and she's like, and I'm not saying that this is good or whatever, but if she's like, oh my God, like, I wish I was like laying next to you and like you rock hard body, blah, blah, blah. I'm just wondering if there is something that works within the courts that says, oh, okay, well, yes, she was verbally saying that she wanted to lay under this man. However, Mr. Vipers, where is the proof that she actually committed to engaging in that act? You know what I mean? Like, that's what makes me wonder, is like, does it not fucking matter? I don't know.
I don't know either. That's a great question. Why didn't we ask Julia that question?
Oh, well, because we didn't know about the cheating.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
we didn't know yet.
We didn't know about that. But so
that's a really good question for her.
Yeah, no. It's a great question for her. But now, from what I can see, is you have two totally different people going through a divorce. One is fighting not to give away $120,000 a month. That's a lot of money, you guys. A lot of fucking money. Think about it.
What does he do? I know he owns some like holistic clinic or whatever, but that was like closed down. I don't know if it was like helping anybody, but what does he do now? Does he just like sit around, or like,
he paid her for 4 years of alimony? It's $5.76 million. So he
or if she paid him.
If she paid him.
Yeah.
He had a holistic wellness center. And so on the show, he was claiming that his holistic wellness center offered services, allegedly, that could potentially heal people from things that we've been told our whole lives that we cannot be healed from, like cancer and stuff like that. But his wellness center, I guess, was able to do those things. But then he had to be very hush-hush about it because Big Pharma and people were like out to get him over it, which ended up coming out on the show. So eventually he ended up closing down his practice, and we don't know why. But he's always been very successful. Before being with Denise Richards, he was with Nicole Sheridan. I mean, he's a successful man.
Does that mean he's successful because he's been with another actress?
I'm saying that he's been with successful women, but he's also had successful practices.
Interesting.
Yeah. But all right, guys. Well, before we move,
a celeb jumper, you know what I mean? Like, you know, those people who like jump from one. There's only a couple of them, and he is one of them. Like, he just attaches himself to these, like you just said, those successful women, these like I don't know. He does come off like a scammer. He's like a used car salesman. It's like weird. He's just weird, in my
Who
opinion.
he reminds me of?
Who?
A roommate that we had whose name started with a P in New York.
Oh God, yeah. So like, yes.
Okay.
Just like, so insecure, so mean. You know, like those people who hide behind their own like shield. They just have to be mean to other people and shit. Yeah, wild.
And
bye,
guys,
Aaron.
And I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole, but motherfucker ate our caramel popcorn that came in a tent. And when you eat somebody's popcorn, that's when you know that shit's not going to be good. Now, moving on. We're going to go over to Garcelle Beauvais. I want to just say, hey, girl, keep going. Congratulations. On the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we saw her maybe go on 1 or 2 dates, but we never saw her actual personal relationship life. And it kind of takes me back to what Erica Jane said at one point, saying, listen, this show is for us. The men really don't get paid. And it puts them under a lot of scrutiny, especially when they're businessmen. And a lot of men don't want to sign up. Yeah, well, she would know. But a lot of men don't want to necessarily sign up for that. Well, Garcelle ended up apparently meeting her own new man, and she went to a Broadway show. This is her new man right here. She went public with her new boyfriend, Earl Robinson, who is the Goodwill brand CEO. Now, he's done multiple other things, but apparently the guy is a monster. He is a great businessman, and the guy does not play around, which we love, because also Garcelle is a boss. And if it took Garcelle walking away from the show in order to find a man, then we are all absolutely here for it. This was not a story that I wanted to sit here and like take time to cover with Jason. It was more of like a go on, girl.
No, 100%. I mean, you got to realize the show occupies so much time, right? Yeah. When you're not filming, you're still talking about the show. You have events and appearances to go to. It's a big thing. So I think walking away from the show kind of opened up the opportunity to like meet somebody real without the show being in play. So I'm really happy for her. Speaking of appearances, did you guys see Lisa Barlow on stage singing Good as Gold with Sheena? I didn't think it could get worse, and it was so bad.
Do you have a hard on for Sheena?
Hell no, girl, you have like a kiss ass thing for Sheena.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. No. She's like, no, it's my friend. No.
I feel like I'm always trying to give Sheena the benefit of the doubt. Okay.
Yeah, right. Girl. Everyone. Yeah, the benefits of they're all.
I'm not a girl.
We just doubt at this point. We just doubt.
Hi, not a girl. Thanks. What is going on, you guys? I don't know. All right. So going on, we're gonna stay on the West Coast. There's another housewife. It's actually probably Jason's favorite housewife. He's absolutely obsessed with her. I don't know why. I don't understand the infatuation. But okay, it is what it is. And now it seems like
now I'm curious. We didn't prep for this. What is this?
Shannon?
Shannon's not my favorite housewife.
Is she not?
No. She's never been my favorite. Who the hell? No. What the hell?
I thought you loved her.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, Shannon Bedore, you guys ended
I thought you loved Whitney Rose. Like what? No, hell no.
Bitch.
I love I think Shannon's a great business person, but she's kind of like
what business does she have that's doing great?
Isn't she have that lemon something?
When was the fucking last time you've heard about that?
I don't know. It's been a while. She used to have those commercials that we all saw before. Like they were everywhere. And she was promoting it at last BravoCon.
What happened?
No, she's probably like one of my least favorite housewives. She's like one of those Heather Gay housewives who like have like this kind of appearance that they love to like show everyone, this like facade, but they're like really mean and nasty to like production and other people. And that's probably why Katie Ginella picked up her phone and was like recording shit. It's because that I've heard she is. I've heard that from multiple people, even people close to production.
I've heard that about Heather Gay for sure. I mean, I've talked about this, but Shannon Bedore, she does a lot of like, I feel like in her everyday life, she's like, hey, how are you? And then when people come around and she feels like she's spinning on a show, she's like, I don't know why the oven is overheating. Wow. why is this water out like this? This is so crazy. And it's like, why are you doing that right now? Like, what are you doing? And she's like, if you want to talk to me, then you need to better come at me correct. You know what, by the way, guys, and I know that she watches this all the time, so I'm going to say this, and it's nothing negative. Jason and I in New York went out with Dorinda Medley, and we had the best time. Every time we see Dorinda, we have the best time. And it's so funny because we'll sit there and we'll go out to dinner and, you know, like have a cocktail or whatever. It's not like a big to do. We don't go out all night or anything like that. But like we sit there, and I think that the three of us are so comfortable that we start talking with our hands, you know?
Oh my God. I know. I can only imagine someone else at the next table. I'm doing this. You're like doing this. She's doing this. I'm like, our waitress couldn't even talk to us. She's like, I don't even know how to enter the table. I don't know how to get to this area.
I did feel bad for the waitress because you see like this and like hands, and it's like kind of like just, and mind you,
because we get so into it. Like when we're talking, I don't know. She's like one of those people where you can really like just, I don't know, get into a real conversation. You know what I mean?
But
so
also
you're in deep conversation the whole time. Yeah. Oh. So
the best conversation. Like there's nothing, but I feel like if you were, and I made this joke to you that night, I said, I feel like if you were an outsider looking into our table, you would think that we're fighting because it's just like, you know, but Shannon also does a lot of this, you know, so she talks like this. Yeah. Anyways, she right now is under a lot of scrutiny from Bravo because Bravo feels like she is handling not only the production crew wrong, but also some of her castmates, including Katie Ginella. Now, Katie Ginella apparently at the promo shoot for last season decided to record her and low-key be like, this is what's happening. So once that came out, Shannon was like, what a breach of trust. Like,
girl, shut up.
Are you kidding me?
You're a housewife.
Are you kidding me, Katie?
A, you're a housewife. B, Andy called her out.
Are you kidding me, Katie?
Are you kidding me, Katie? What?
You're gonna sit there and record me? It's not my fucking plate. But it's like, are you kidding me? You're gonna sit there and record me, and Katie's like, I didn't sit there and record. And then finally she was like, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up. And she's like, I'm done with you. You are disgusting, and that is a breach.
I've never met anyone more disgusting in my life. Oh my God. So dramatic. But then on Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen was calling her out a little bit, saying, is it hypocrisy? Because in Ireland in season 11, you picked up your phone and recorded Kelly Dodd. And then her reply was, well that's what production asked us to do.
Dodd on my video yesterday, by the way.
Did you? Why do you always call her? What?
I don't know, because I always like to get her, and I felt bad. I think that she has like laryngitis or something. She sounds like this. And I was like, I was like, hey, Kelly, how are you? She's like, do you want to play a game? And I was like, oh, shit. Okay.
Not with you, girl, because we'll lose.
No, we'll always lose. We love Kelly. But for Shannon Bedore in this moment, I'm not going to lie. I'm with girl on this. Like, you said, and I think that this goes, I have friendships that I have actually ended, you guys. No joke. Because if I send you a text message or if I send you a voice memo on the phone and I'm like, hey, oh my God, can you believe this bitch like just showed up like this? Like, listen, I have something to tell you. But if I'm talking to you as a friend and I send you like a voice note, so it's like kind of quick to the point and you save it, I'm like, why the fuck did you just save my voice note? You know? And I've asked friends before, I'm like, why would you save my voice note? And they're
we don't like that too. And even with our friends who are like on TV, who are like close friends, you know, whether they're housewives or whatever, like we don't save voice memos. Like I don't like text it anyway, because you can see like Gertie is dealing with this. Well, Julie is dealing with it now. But, you know, Gertie putting that out, it makes people not trust you, even though I agree that Gertie really needed to like kind of stand her ground. But it makes people not trust you at all. You know, and then you don't want to text that person. You don't want to communicate with that person, you know?
Right.
But, you know, the thing is, and I want to ask you about this because, you know, I kind of took a brief hiatus from watching Orange County just because it was like one of those things. It was just kind of stale, like Beverly Hills. Like it was still happening, but I felt like it was kind of stale. So I've just caught up, you know? Oh, by the way, that's why you didn't release the Whitney Rose text messages, because we could have thrown her under the bus too, you know? But We don't want that. But watching the Real Housewives of Orange County now, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people like Katie or not. I'm like, I'm here for it. You can't trust her.
Well, no.
You never know what she's going to do.
Here's my thing. The only thing that I don't like is, and I might get a lot of shit for this. I don't even care. 600 in the room.
Oh, God.
I don't care. But what I notice about you and I, like going on whatever we do, and I swear to God, I'm not trying to sound like a dick, you guys, but it's like when we did the podcast tour and Jason and I formatted it and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden now it's like page 6's podcast tour. You know, it's like, okay, well, you set a tone and then you saw the formula.
It's not like we weren't reinventing any kind of fucking wheel.
Right.
But
you know, made a chicken Alfredo. You made a chicken Alfredo. You took the same recipe. Your recipe tasted like shit. Now, moving on. So then there are other, like we've dealt with this with other content creators who have copied the style, the titles, the thumbnails, everything. So it's like, okay, another one, boom, right? So then, fuck, where was I going on this?
Oh my God, don't lose your train of thought right now. What?
Oh my God. Who were we just talking about?
Whitney, Katie Ginella, Shannon Menor.
So that's what I was going to say. Thank you. So then I saw where now on Real Housewives of Orange County, there are other bloggers being mentioned. And, you know, there's Bravo Moms, there's Kiki, there's all of these things, which I got a lot of shit for even being mentioned on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And lo and behold, here we go into a new season where everybody's like entered into the fray. And now I see where housewives and talent, they're like, why are these Bravo bloggers or these people in here? And I'm like,
because here, can I answer
they're
that
doing
question?
R&D for you moron.
No, let me answer that question because, you know, first of all, bloggers are bloggers. If you write articles on a website, you're a blogger, right? Or if you like blog about the site or not the site, if you blog about the show, the content creation is different. Like if you have a podcast, I believe you would be a podcaster or a content creator, like on YouTube. I hate the word bloggers. It's like you're not Sarah Jessica Parker sitting in her apartment writing Sex in the City. Like that's a blogger. You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. But the thing is it's not that bloggers, I'm fucking saying it now. It's not that creators are now so intertwined, but you got to remember that creators promote these shows. They push these shows. They provide places for fans and people like us. To me, I compare what we do, like let's say this live stream. It's like a book club. We all read the same book. Now we're here talking about it. It's fun. And you know, Matilda in the live chat brought up a really good point. Tamra said that Adam is a blogger. Well, guess what? Tamra is actually a blogger. If you really want to play tit for tat, girl.
No offense, and like not saying like
in a pod or whatever it is, or whatever it is.
Bitch is a bigger blogger than I am. But
huge,
like not bitch, like
huge.
you're a
and
bitch.
Actually, it's a very good show, you know. But it's like, come on. Do you remember at BravoCon when Teddy? This is BravoCon. I can't even get my year straight.
Vegas.
2022, New York. When like Teddy was like first there and they first started the podcast and no one would talk to her on the red carpet. Remember how embarrassing that was? And she was trying to do interviews. But then fast forward a year later, Two T's in a Pod is now like number 1, number 2 all the time when it comes to TV and film, right? And people are listening to it. And then we were at, you know, their iHeartRadio party and they were like killing it. So they like worked their asses off, but like give people some credit. You know what I mean? Like Up and Adam is pushing the shows. Kiki Monique, you know, she has Reality Checked. She has her own podcast and stuff like that. She's pushing these shows. All the other content creators are pushing these shows.
There's so many people.
Ryan Bailey, like there's so many great, you know, people who are pushing these shows. It's like, it's like when Heather said on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, where she's like, you shouldn't have his number. No one should be talking to these people. And it's like, well, you know, our paths are going to cross eventually. I mean, first of all, we have friends who are housewives who weren't on Housewives when we were first friends with them. You know what I mean? Our paths will cross and intertwine at some point. It's just like, it's that elitist attitude of like, well, I'm on their show. It's a reality show, bitch. Like, you don't have talent. You know, some people do, and some people are really good business people. And the talent is that you're able to draw in audiences to have an interest on your life. You know what I mean? but
Right.
it's not like you're better than. Like, let's not skew this that we are now A-list celebrities. Yes, you're a celebrity 100%, and you have a lot of following and fans and stuff like that, and reality TV has kind of taken over that world, but let's not get it twisted. You know, I hate when I hate so much, I'm using that word very strongly, I hate when they come down on content creators. I don't like that. It's okay to do an interview. It's okay to be nice, you know. It's, come on. Oh my God, guys, did Ryan Bailey get engaged?
Did he?
Yeah, look. Oh, we have to call him after this. She's lovely. Oh my God, she's amazing. God. Yeah, holy shit. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go on a rant, but you know, like, that's how I feel, you know? Some content creators take things too far and they're looking for that aha moment where they, you know, catch something for views, or they, you know, get written up in whatever, or they're, you know, I mean, that happens too. There are two sides of it, but you know what I'm saying,
I guess
right?
I texted him, by the way, on behalf of both of us. But I guess my question was, do you think that it's fair? Like, how do you feel about people? Because I'm sure that even in Cirque, you would get people who at some point feels like maybe the show could not go on without them. So like somebody like Shannon, who's like, are you guys fucking kidding me right now? This is my life. And if you're going to put me with her, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. It's like, I'm done.
Note to self: we're never inviting Shannon to dinner with Dorinda and us.
Oh my God! By the way,
you kicked out. I think
got 600 in the room, but like Kelly Dodd invited us because she knew that we were doing renovation on our kitchen, and so we were telling her what our kitchen, like we were showing her our inspo photos, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's Shannon Bedore's kitchen at her rental home. We should go there." We were actually supposed to go. Do you remember?
Yeah.
We never went. But that's what I was going to ask you is like, thoughts, please.
On this situation?
Yes.
Katie is just being a housewife. That's it. That's it. I really don't. I mean, yeah, she's going to lose trust with the ladies for sure. But, you know, I don't know. I kind of like her. I don't know why. I know she's not a favorite. But
do you think that Shannon's time is coming to an end, though?
No, I don't. I think it would be good for her health, you know, if she kind of stepped away from the show. You know what I mean? Because she's really under the limelight, you know, for everything right now, and especially with the DUI, and then she got pulled over for like texting on the phone. It's like everyone's going to scrutinize her. Everyone is going to jump down her throat. But the thing is Shannon's like one of those housewives. Like, I always say this, Kyle, like her or not, like, she's Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? Shannon is part of that like original OC crew. Like,
you know what's wild to watch?
Two Amigas still standing.
It's wild to watch, like, you know, Shannon opening up to her daughter who's visiting in from New York, who might be on Next Gen NYC. But she's opening up to her.
No.
So Cynthia Bailey's daughter, and
that's
also
Next Gen LA.
The Dubrow's daughter might be on LA, and Adrienne Malouf's son.
Yes.
And so
I saw that. Yeah.
And on NYC, they're looking at Shannon Bedore's daughter, but her daughter was like, "Mom, are you dating?"
Who would they have to replace somebody? Maybe Gia.
I don't know, but her mom was like, "Mom, have you decided to date anybody?" And she was like, "Honey, like, I don't know who to date right now because like I don't know who has the right intentions and who wants to be with a celebrity." And I'm like, "Oh, not a celebrity, honey." All right, guys.
Not a self-proclaimed celebrity. Those are the best. You know, those
are our favorites. So we're going to move on to the next. I don't know how Jason's going to feel about this, but
I keep hearing a lot of different things.
We're just going to replay this.
Can I just say what a mistake?
Well,
what a mistake.
Hold on.
Be a part of the cast. As of now, no. That could change. I keep hearing a lot of different things. You know, we have been in talks. But as of this moment, it's a no. Will I be a
Okay. So as of this moment, it's gonna be a no. Big mistake. I truly, truly think that this is a massive mistake on the Real Housewives of Atlanta to not bring Kenya back. I think that the minute that they realized that the fellatio photos were not actually of Britt Edie, I don't think that this should have been a conversation. However, what I think happened was Britt Edie has now limited NBC's ability to put Kenya Moore back on the show. And I think that she has tied Kenya Moore into the lawsuit. And it's probably going to look like for the network, if we do give her a platform, well, then look, it looks like we're sitting here trying to promote her and reward her for her actions. So no, sorry, we're not going to do that right now. And again, totally, in my opinion, bad decision, but they're talking about other people like K. Michelle, a few others. I don't know how it's going to work.
No, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. Jocelyn Hernandez from Love and Hip Hop, and also you guys, she's on the Zeus Network from Jocelyn's Cabaret. She said, I have tried to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta multiple times, and they will not accept my calls or my casting tapes. My thing, and I said this already, Bravo is not Zeus Network. Bravo is not Love and Hip Hop. Real Housewives of Atlanta is not Love and Hip Hop. Jocelyn Hernandez has no problem. If you sit there and you look at her sideways or you talk to her out of the left side of your face, she's going to take off her stiletto and she's going to bop you in the fucking head. So no, like for Jocelyn not understanding why you would not fit into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I feel like I can explain it to you. I can't understand it for you. Yeah. It's like, no, you're 100%. So aggressive.
Adam, this is such a big mistake because we've watched these past few seasons of Atlanta just get worse and worse and worse. You know, they tried with Sonia Richards-Ross. That did not work. You know, I can't believe, you know, they've just tried to like implement all of these people to kind of change the show a little bit. I'm telling you, yes, the show can go on without OGs. You really do need OGs. There's nothing like them. There really isn't. I can't believe like Kim Zolciak is not coming back with Kenya Moore and Portia and Phaedra. Now we have a cast. You know what I mean?
We talked about this.
But talked about it. And it's just, it's a mistake because this used to be the best show. This was my first show. My first introduction into Housewives was the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And you had Sheree, you had Lisa Wu back in the day, Nene, Cynthia, you know, the whole like friend contract shit.
Nina.
And but now also, it's just like Nene.
Also, they used to be the #1 rated show.
I know.
And then and after like 2 or 3 seasons, they fell to Beverly Hills and they would be like this.
Yeah. No, it was amazing to watch. But now it's just really not. It's really not. I think Shamia at the beginning, I was really rooting for her. I thought she'd be a great kind of housewife. And she's a good fit in the group. But she's not one of those OGs. She's not a star. She's not a Kenya Moore. She's not a Nene Leakes. She's not, you know, and Phaedra, it just turns out is not enough on her own. You know, Phaedra and Portia, cool, we got them back, but we still need some OGs, you know? I really think they should flush out some money. At this point, they've made so much money on Housewives. Flush it out, bring in some talent again, and let's make the show good, you know?
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're going to move on to our next topic really quick. Obviously, we know that a lot of the lawsuits are still happening with Bravo, but this was the first time that we heard about this. Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Morocco. We don't know what's going on when it comes to Caroline Manzo and also Brandi Glanville. I think Brandi Glanville is living in somebody's basement at this point. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you.
Not a basement in California?
Yeah. Or somebody's guest room. I don't know.
Yeah, or a guest house, I would assume.
Or a guest house. Oh, okay. We get it. Okay. But no. Vicky Gumpelson said, guys, everybody's questioning this whole facial disfigurement that Brandi had when she came back from Morocco. To be honest with you guys, I had the same thing. And I was like, wait, what? You had a bug also crawling in your face, like shitting in your skin and like needing to like,
Adam,
press against it and kill it. I'm just saying it's like laying
spider
eggs.
You press against it to kill it? Like what?
Well, I don't know. Do you press against it and kill it?
That's gross. That's why you got to stay away from the needles. You know what I mean? Like too many needles.
Yeah.
I thought that was Dorit for a minute. That photo. That's definitely Brandi.
The one on the right?
Yeah. Well,
That was
not Vicky. Come on.
Yeah. All right. So last but not least, we're going to play 2 more clips or 2 more things for you guys. And we're going to pick your brains. We're going to take it over to the East Coast, the Real Housewives of Miami. Before I do, though, I do want to give a huge shout out to Next Gen NYC for being
you called that.
Now, I know. The #1 watched premiere in Bravo history. Tell me that is not like what? Between
Insane.
all platforms. I'm not just talking about Bravo. I'm talking about Peacock. I'm talking about Hulu. I'm talking about if you bought the show on Apple. 5.4 million viewers on opening night. It's insane. Because when it showed up on TV Deeds, it was like 400,000 viewers, and I was like, oh no.
Well, so I talk about this a lot on the show, right? So, you know, those first like live numbers that come out the next day where they're like 300 to 600,000, those used to count a lot more. And I always used to tell people they still are a good indication for the network of like, okay, how many people are excited about this? But then if you look at, let's say, the Real Housewives of Miami, their numbers are through the roof on all platforms. You know, yes, it's an indicator, but it's not really like the show is good or the show's going to do well based on those numbers, because now people are not, you know, planning their lives around these shows because you have streaming, we had DVR for what, you know, forever, decades, you know? So like people are now like, oh, I'll get on Peacock when it comes out. I'll watch it the next day with no commercials, you know, stuff like that. People are rewatching shows. People are going back. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, those low numbers on those lives. I mean, everything is moving to streaming anyways. So, but Next Gen, I can't believe you were right about that, because I argued with you about that. I'm like, this show is going to be so stupid. They're Nepo babies. And now look, you know, it's crazy.
Well, to be honest with you, I thought that it was like the perfect combination. At the end of the day, I thought that it was going to be great when it came down to it, when it comes to the cast that everybody has grown to love, but then also the children of the housewives that we have grown to love, right? So I truly don't think that I don't think that it was like the most shocking thing. Just out of curiosity, though. But I do want to pick your brain on something else, like moving forward next. And I know, you know what's funny is I know Jason for a fact is watching The Real Housewives of Miami.
Hell yeah. What kind of grainy ass photo is that?
Oh, well, sorry. Here, I was trying to get a photo of Stephanie last minute. Anyways, Stephanie Shoji, her entrance has been very loud, and she's like, I have Birkins, I have jets, I'm rich, I'm a boss, I'm a badass, and if you're fucking late and you talk to me about penises, we're gonna have a problem. So she has laid it out, right?
Yeah. All
right, well, going into this past week's episode, which I cannot wait for Wednesday night's episode, she was talking to Alexia Napola when Alexia was like, well, how did you ladies like my narcissist party? Because I feel like all of you guys are a little bit of narcissists. And like,
it says the narcissist.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm actually not a narcissist. I'm a little bit more of like an empath. Like, actually, maybe you're a little bit of the narcissist, honey. Okay. Because I'm the Cuban Barbie doll. Okay. Right, Marisol? I just want a cocky. Yeah, we get it. So as this is all coming out, Stephanie says, honey, I think that this is more not about you or us. I think it's about your husband. And she goes, well, actually, first of all, I just want to let you know that you don't even know Todd like that. And Todd is not a narcissist. And it wasn't about
Why do you do that so well? It's scaring me.
Well, that's what she does. And then here comes Todd
on a TV show.
So Todd, cue him right in right now. This is what he had to say about it, which I kind of died.
Watching some reality TV, and it made me think of all the things I teach people about business and success. And I come across a woman on a TV show, and she's out there flexing her private jet, and everything out of her mouth is my Birkin this, my Louis Vuitton this, and all she's doing is flexing and bragging and truthfully being very obnoxious. And when I see the feedback that the public gives this story, It's, wow, this woman is rich. This woman is so successful. Well, first and foremost, all this woman did to become successful is she married a rich old guy. That's not necessarily an accomplishment in business. That might be an accomplishment to make you rich. But here's the biggest misconception about money. People who have money over their dead body would walk around saying, this is my Birkin, this is my Rolex, this is my jet. They just don't do that. Now, they enjoy all the finer things in life, but they don't do that. But the misconception, the struggle a lot of young people have nowadays is they see it, and then the narrative becomes this woman is so wealthy, when in reality, if you just did a simple Google search, their home is in foreclosure. Their personal residence was in foreclosure. So you have all this stuff and you're walking around bragging that the only thing you care about is money, but you forgot to pay your mortgage. That to me is what's happening with society, is that people are so concerned with the image and portraying like they got it all. And even if they got it all because they married into it, this woman probably doesn't have a clue what goes on in her husband's business because he's a lot older and he had the business before her. But the big misconception the young people have today is that when someone flexes, they got something fancy, they really made it. They actually don't want you to know, so don't be that person. And don't be enamored by people who flash their wealth because they're probably not rich. Remember, money talks, but wealth whispers.
Oi, like you, Todd, like you? With your elevator, with your your elevator for your cars that go up to your, what? It's like a rich person calling another rich person out for being rich on a show where you're supposed to be rich. It's very interesting. And like, maybe you should just decide what you want to do with Alexia first, right?
Well, on top of that, Dr. Nicole Martin and her fiance, Anthony Lopez, they sold their Coral Gables waterfront mansion for $40 million to British singer-songwriter Robbie Williams. Now, they bought this mansion for about $20 million, but not only did he buy it for $40 million, he bought it with $5 million in the furniture that they've already put into it, the custom furniture, but also $5 million that he wanted to put into enhancements. So they're walking away with about an additional $15 million off of the sale of this home. Yeah.
That's insane. And this was the house we saw on the show that they were renovating, if I'm not mistaken, the one on the water. Yeah. And Dr. Nicole had, I forgot who she had over. Maybe it was Gertie. I can't remember. And showing off this house. They're insane with their real estate. I miss her on the show. I'm not going to lie. I love the addition of Stephanie Chauget. I really think Dr. Nicole Martin would be a great re-addition if she wants to come back to the show. I think it would be fabulous. And yes, I will say, live chat, someone said, maybe Matilda said, Todd's not wrong. Yeah, his message isn't wrong, but he's also the same kind of person delivering this message. It's weird, in my opinion. Like, just you're not on the show right now. Is he going to be on the show? Are we going to see him this season? Like,
we shall see.
We shall see.
I
like him on the show. I'm not going to lie.
All right, guys. Well, we have almost 700 people in the room. I'm going to call Dorinda Medley really quick. I'm going to ask her 2 questions, and then we're going to let her go, and then we're going to wrap it up. And I have some stuff to help Jason with around the house. So hold on.
Sweet. Yeah, we know, Adam. You just said. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Todd.
Adam.
Hi.
How's it going?
I have you on my mic with Jason. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Oh, how's it going?
Hi. No,
hi.
Good. Jason says hi. We're in Hot Messy Topics right now. We have a question for you.
Oh, no.
No. All good things. Would you ever do Love Hotel?
Oh my God, in a second. I think I'd be good at it. In fact, I was just saying to my friend Elizabeth Perkins this weekend, I'm really excited about trying to date again this fall.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, so Love Hotel could be good for you.
I think it'd be a kind of a fun way to re-enter. I haven't really been open to dating at all. People think, I don't date because, I don't know, maybe I just don't. But I didn't want to date. I think dating is an option. I don't think everybody should just be dating because they feel like they have to be dating. I think you have to be in the right mindset to date.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And then the next thing...
And, I'm a bit of a, I go through these periods where I work really super hard and I become a bit of a lone wolf, which I find very powerful. I don't find it a negative in a woman. I think a woman that's able to be on her own and just focus on herself and stuff, actually, there's a lot of power in that.
Well, and I also think that too, like when you're somebody who is so independent, then people just kind of flock to you in a different way too. It's not like you're like exuding like, I need to be with a man, because then you attract like the people who come over and they're like, I'm trying to save you. And I'm like, I don't have a savior complex. I don't need you.
Well, I also don't have sort of that Baskin Robin attitude. Like I just want to go out and just start trying every flavor. You know, I'm kind of very, I know what I want, and but I'm now in a mindset to say, well, my life is in a place where I could be open to meeting someone again, and you know, and I just feel positive about that. And I'm going to wait until I come back to the city in the fall, because summer's very hard. You know, I'm sort of decamped at Bluestone Manor.
Yeah.
And then I'll, you know, I'm not saying I'm going to go do it every single night, but I might put myself out there. My question is to you, how do you do that? Like, would a person like me just go on some app? Like, you know what I mean? It's not,
no.
Can you imagine if you saw me on Hinge?
No. You have too many friends in high places. Like you are somebody who you go out on the town and people introduce you to other people in your social circles, people that you can trust.
That's the best way.
Yes, that's the best way.
But
and
you know, I did join like a year ago, and I'm still on the wait list.
Oh no, not the.
Is it Raya?
It's Raya.
It's Raya.
It's Raya. Wait.
So Luann, everybody in the world's on Raya except me. I must have done something to Raya that they don't like.
No,
I don't find it.
They're. I guess they're more selective. More
selective.
I guess
the hell.
I guess. Listen. At the end of the day, maybe if I was single, maybe we just wouldn't make the cut. Maybe you and I would have to go to the Upper East Side. I'm not sure. But wait, before we end up getting off of here, Dorinda, too, I wanted to ask you, do you think that when it comes to housewives or even Bravo talent dealing with production, you know how sometimes, obviously, in the heat of the moment, people can get frustrated. And I'm sure that some of the cast members can flip out on the production crews. Has that, in your opinion, changed over time where like maybe like when you started, you could sit there and like flip out and really just air your grievances to them? Whereas like now, maybe it's like kind of taboo. Like if you start going and telling production how you're feeling about something or how something's affecting you, maybe you become more difficult, and then we eventually will figure out a way to get you out. Has it changed?
Well, I don't know, because, you know, I haven't been part of the Real Housewives production. I will say I'm now an outsider and an observer of it, right? What I do think has changed, I think one of the most important things is when Julia Fox came on and said that thing about people being just much more aware. Remember when she did that whole thing? She said they're just very switched on now, and we just weren't switched on before. You know, we really, really weren't. And I don't really remember having a lot of problems with production. You know, it's gotten to the point now where it's like everything in life. I always even say this about Richard Medley. You know, if time goes by long enough, like everybody's fantastic. Not that Richard wasn't a great husband, but now I only remember the good, right? I just remember what was great about him. So, and of course, you know, there wasn't always, I was married, so it's not always great. You have your moments and then you work through them. But I think I'll tell you what, I can't answer that because I'm not part of that production anymore. So I don't know. Like, what are you specifically talking about? Is there a specific?
Well, Shannon Bedore, apparently there's rumors out that she got really frustrated with production because she went in on Katie Ginella on this season of The Real Housewives of Orange County for secretly recording her. Yeah. And so she got really pissed off because she was being secretly recorded, which in the state of California is illegal. And so production was trying to calm her down, allegedly, and that she like flipped out and was like, "Are you effing kidding me? Like, you guys don't understand." And they were like, "Girl, we're filming a TV show." And I didn't know, like, if when you were filming Roni at the time, if production would have been like, "Okay, well, Dorinda, we're going to give you a minute. We're going to step away." Or if they would have been like, Dorinda.
Here's the thing. It's for me, when you were doing this show, you're all in. So people just see us as a cast, but there's layers and layers of people you're dealing with. You're dealing with sound people and camera people and production people. And over this 4-month period, they become your friends. So if you have a problem, you always have the option to sit down and speak to someone. I don't know if you flip out, if that's the way to do it. I think an open discussion, like you can go and say, listen, I don't know how to handle that. That really annoyed me. I feel bad about that. Can you give me a little, like, you know, is that okay? Can you give me something, like, did I do okay? It's more of like one of the things I loved about traders, and I just was like, God, it just changed, is they had a welfare group that checked in on you every day. So you could talk with them and you could, you know, in a safe place, air your grievances. I don't remember people flipping out. I think we did all our flipping out right on TV, you know, and you pretty much saw it all. I think what you're on, I mean, but I'm very old school. You know that about me. I just think once you're on TV, it's all fair game, right? You have to be responsible. You know the cameras are up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in this situation, were cameras up?
Yeah.
Well, then, you know, you gotta, it's kind of I don't know, in my mind, it's fair game, right?
Right. Oi. Oi.
Right? I mean, you know what? I don't know. I don't love what Katie did. I think that, you know, it's got her a lot of flack, but it's two separate issues. Do I like what Katie did? No, I wouldn't like that. I would hate it. But are you on a show? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess they can record whatever they want to record, and then it's, I guess, usable. But there's both a moral thing and then a TV show thing, right?
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
There's a moral thing in a TV show. I wouldn't do that to Luann or Ramona or whatever. I would never secretly record them.
Well,
that can happen.
Dorinda,
Yeah, so that's, I mean, I hope that was helpful.
no, my God, it was so helpful. I was going to say, we hit an hour and 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and close this down and then throw some TikToks up. But I did have something else that I wanted to shoot your way. Can I shoot you a text right after this?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dorinda. We love.
Okay, feel fine.
Right. My God, I love her.
She's just so real.
She literally, we could have honestly talked for like an hour.
I mean, we had to call it a night at dinner. We were like, we got to go.
I know. Well, and all of us
we have an
too.
early morning, and we could have just sat there all night and talked. It's just, you know, she's one of those people, those real people you meet, you know?
Christy G, I love this too. Write it, regret it, say it, forget it. I always forget that. All right, guys. Well, we've been on for over an hour and 3 minutes. The amount of people in the room is 666. Well, that's great luck. Guys, smash the like button, show some love. Almost 700 in the room. And then also, if you did not check out the link that I pinned at the top, definitely go check it out. It is our Blue Mean Face Pro 2.0. I put the link in there for you guys to get a discount. And if you don't absolutely love it and it doesn't reduce your double chin, they will give you 100% of your money back guaranteed. Tomorrow, Jason and Gelsey are going to be on for Anchor Watch. And then yesterday, we premiered our interview with Julia Rogers, who is the founder and CEO of Hello Prenup, talking about all of the Bravo celebrity couples, divorces, marriages, everything in between, and why did nobody get a prenup? So we dissect all of it. It was such a good listen. Unless I forgot something, I'm going to take it to Jason real quick. Did I?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm really skeptical, though, how tonight's episode of Below Deck is going to go, because it is under so much scrutiny as being the worst season of Below Deck ever. And honestly, Gelsey and I really agree with that. You know, we have our show, we have Anchor Watch, where we cover it all the time, and we love to promote it. We love the cast. We love, you know, usually what it is. But Below Deck has become something else this season. It's another kind of weird direction that Bravo is taking with this, or the production team is taking with this show. So we're going to discuss that more tomorrow on Anchor Watch. And we're on at noon tomorrow. No more late nights.
Isn't that kind of nice?
It's so nice. Because
I mean-
we're closer to the episode too, so it's still in people's like memory, right? You wake up and we can recap it. You know, it's not like I said, it's like a book club, you know. But I don't want to talk about the book a month later. I want to talk about it right away. So that's why, you know, yeah, that's why.
That's why. All right, guys. Well, you can also check out upandadamlive.com. You can check it out and see all of our latest write-ups, what we have going on. You can see our YouTube videos. You can see the podcast. You can see our incredible team of writers and also all of our amazing sponsors. But go definitely check it out. In the meantime, we will see you guys tomorrow for Anchor Watch. But I love you guys. Smash the like button. If you're a part of the replay crew, then comment. Let us know where you're watching from. And we'll see you later. Bye, guys.